All right, so welcome everyone. My name is Tim Heineke. I'm the co-founder of Sxsw FM. Sxsw FM started 5 months ago, completely bootstrapped. We have around 300,000 users and are already making money. But what is Sxsw FM? Sxsw FM is an audio magazine made by music blogs, or you could call it a blog-powered Pandora, or stumble upon for music. So why did we start this and why did we use blogs? Well, you know, blogs are like labels, DJs and talent scouts. They filter and curate the music information overload which is out there, and more important, they add context to the content. In a world where content is flowing in abundance and music is here like water, context is becoming king and not content. But the problem is that there are thousands of these music blogs out there. Most of them you don't even know that they are there, and if you would know that they are there, you would have to visit them one by one. So what Sxsw FM does is Sxsw channels the blogosphere into simple music stations, and with that you could channel surf the music web. It's a whole new way to explore and discover music. You could navigate through thousands of music blogs without having to weed through them one by one. It's like having a remote control to the web. So in this way, you know, the web becomes your player and Blogger becomes your DJs. So let me dive into the product a bit. This is around 200 channels on our homepage, consisting of around 2,400 music blogs. If you click on a genre, it will play one continuous stream coming from music blogs, hence the blog powered Pandora. You could skip a song or skip to a next channel. So you get this audio visual experience of words plus pictures plus audio, all filtered, curated content coming from critics and connoisseurs. And you got the feeling that that next flip of thumb can open up a hidden door with a music jam on it. But all within the context. So how are we going to make money with this? Or pay the bills. Sxsw FM's ecosystem consists of 3 types of users. We have our listeners, we have the bloggers, and we have the artists who want to be on blogs. So if we go to the model, on the listeners, time is up.
We'll cover more of that after. All right. Yep, thank you very much. Stay right here. 2 minutes goes fast, doesn't it? Goes very, very fast. David, tell me what you think about this.
All right. I mean, for what it is, I love it. I think it's really cool. I guess some of my questions are, you know, are you limited, I mean, the limitation of the world of blogs to create the program experience? You know, can you speak to that a little bit? You know, services like Hype Machine and other services that are built on top of blog platforms for music discovery, you know, I'll say X.FM, you know, in the same camp a little bit. You know, how big do you think that could get? What about the people that don't just want to hear music created by the blogs? And are you concerned that that's a limiting factor? Or how big do you think the addressable market is for this?
Well, when we started off, we thought it could be maybe as big as an Hype Machine, because we thought, all right, it's a niche. But then when we created the iPad app, which we have already and it's working, when we're launching it soon, then we suddenly thought, hey, this is so visual, and to watch music visually and to go through these curators, these blogs who filter that, is such a great experience. And now, you know, the web is coming to the TV too. We thought, hey, then the TV market is also wide open. So on the iPad,
the what market?
The TV app market. Let's say TV Apple TV or the Roku and that kind of stuff. So it's very visually focused, and I think on the iPad or any kind of pad, we're targeting the magazine or a music magazine kind of market, and on the TV app, which we're also working on, we're targeting more like an sort of, if you look Pandora on a TV app, it would just be a blue logo with an artist, right? And with us you get the reviews and you get the context of the whole music. So I think now that we're working on the iPad and the TV, it's a way bigger market than we initially thought, yeah.
John?
Yeah. So I like that you're organizing something that's super disorganized and fragmented, because that disorganization and fragmentation means that tons of users give up, right? They're like, it's too hard and it's an hours in a day problem. You know, the question I have is it enough to have basic levels of categorization? i.e., if there's millions of hours of content, you divide it up into 50 chunks, I still have a tough time choking that stuff down. And the question is, to what level can you really personalize so that I know if I go spend an hour with Sxsw, I'm going to get really good, rich stuff, and I'm not going to spend my time kind of starting and kind of exiting things halfway through the first or second paragraph.
Yeah, so, well, the product we built, as I said, is completely bootstrapped without any funding, so we did it in the weekends and evenings. And so we released something which was very minimal. At the core should be well. So what we're working on right now is that you won't be able to browse it just on genre, but you would be able to say, I like this artist, which blogs have that? Or I want to add these blogs to my channel, or favor these tracks which end up in your channel. Or, so it will be a much more richer experience where you could find what you want than as opposed as it is right now, which is just genre, and then it will take you through it. On the other hand, that experience is kind of fun, because it takes you through unexpected encounters, that serendipity kind of feeling. You have this like, hey, I like it or I don't like it, but it's actually a good thing too.
Can we see the making money slide that we missed?
Make money slide?
Yeah, the last slide.
Revenue. This is one. All right. Yeah.
So can you explain it?
Yeah.
That was a two-part
There
question.
we go.
Answer the second part first.
So, like I said, the ecosystem of Sxsw, you know, it's made for listeners, but it's made by blogs, and blogs are made by artists. So that's the ecosystem, and Sxsw works with that ecosystem as a whole, but it enhances it as well. Right now, we're making money on the consumer side, so with advertising already and sponsored shuffles. So that's how we make revenue to support the team already right now. And then if you go to the next slide, these are all. It's not ready yet, but concepts we're working on. So blog services is, in the first week we launched Sxsw, we had around 1,500 emails coming from music blogs saying, hey, who are you? You're one of our top traffic referrers. Can we do stuff with you? So then we're working on to do like simple, like you could do track or song-based campaigns with advertisers or with ad networks. So you could, for example, Levi's could do a campaign for next to all Jay-Z tracks on the web, something like that. And on the third one is artists, because we got a lot of emails from artists too, and we have to say, hey, we're not a blog. And but then we thought, hey, I still have a label, and I used to go out and find the right blogs who were writing about my music, and then I would find their email address and then send the music. So we thought, hey, we could create a new plugging platform where you could promote the music to the blogs easily, so artists and labels could send their songs over there. So those are the three ideas and concepts we're working on.
I guess my question would be, like, how transparent is this sort of curation? Are different blogs given different weight, like Metacritic style, where, you know, if one blog is given more of a preference, and so the music that they recommend is higher up on the list, is there any sort of, you know, weight to how the blogs are listed?
No, right now, not yet. We might do that in the future. So right now, that's the cool thing too, that you have big blogs in it, but you have smaller blogs in it. And the idea is that you would find the right blog, that you could search for an artist, and you get a list of blogs back, and that you can add those blogs to your channel, right? Because or else I end up keep listening to Stereo Gum or Pitchfork and all that stuff. But I prefer, I'm into rare disco. There are these blogs out there who post about so much stuff, or Afrobeat, for example, you could find, which are not popular blogs, but I'm interested in, and I trust that source. So I think it's more interesting to find the right blogs and add that to your channel than it is, yeah, I think that's the benefit of it instead of...
So it's more about discovery than the best.
Exactly.
Although hopefully you find the best.
Yeah, the individual best.
So let me ask, this is the tech side of me. How do you prevent gaming this kind of system, right? How do you prevent, like, are there ways for people to sort of arbitrarily, or if it's all about discovery and it's sort of serendipity, at some point somebody's going to figure out how to make their stuff appear more often? Is there algorithms and stuff that, like, how do you guys deal with that?
Yeah, the blogs are already doing that right now.
Right.
So,
I'm shocked.
They're putting it in their sidebar and then came up as the first track all the time. So yeah, but sometimes that happens, and then we just find a way around it, a technical way to...
So right now, it's not, because if this scales, right, if this gets big quickly, that's going to become more prevalent, and there's nothing right now that you guys have in terms of gaming or dealing with that. You just sort of deal with it as it comes up.
Well, yeah, the only thing which came up is that it happened up in the sidebar, and then it would pop up first. So then we just said, oh, that can't happen. Then the problem didn't emerge anymore. Yeah.
Do you plan to do any revenue sharing with blogs, or is it completely separate? You drive traffic, you keep your piece, they keep theirs.
Right now, as I said, we started 5 months ago. So talking about business model was even hard, because we're also, like group music, we're focused on getting users first, then on the business model. No, there are no plans of that as of yet.
Did it sound like you laughed when he asked that question? Was that a laugh? No?
I mean, you know, I could see the disincentive. There's plenty of other blog aggregators out there like Hype Machine that don't share revenue, nor do I necessarily think they need to. It's a different trip. And, you know, in a lot of ways, you're generating revenue because you're pulling up their pages. And so their ad units are coming up. And, I mean, you actually you are making them money. If your thing is successful, they will be the benefactors of the platform because you're pulling their web pages up with banners. But in your specific, you know, tools frame or whatever you call it that wraps around the blog, I don't see any reason.
No, it's true. That's what the blog said too. That first we gave them a lot of traffic, but we also give them the eyeballs. So it's not only aggregation within a page; it's that people actually see the site. So that way they already can monetize their blog.
So we got about a minute left.
So what'd you say the mobile experience is? It's on iPad, it just renders in the browser? Or are you working on an app or something?
No, the iPad is, we were hoping to launch it here, but the iPad app is an app, yeah? So it's a sort of a mix between Flipboard and music. We're taking all those blocks together and we created a magazine around it and taking the blocks a bit out of context because we can't load the page very nicely. It's postponed a bit. I hope to launch that soon. But it's like a Flipboard for music, sort of.
So a free app or paid app?
Right now, free, yeah.
I had mentioned, Saw mentioned earlier you had sponsored shuffles. I wanted to know more about, like a corporation would, or how does that work?
We did one with, for example, with American Express, with Rafal Sadiq and Matt and Kim, 2 campaigns we did. So what it is that they actually buy shuffles from us. So for example, blog, in this case it was Spin Magazine, they had...
Keep going, finish your sentence.
Has had a campaign on their site with American Express. But they need to show that traffic too, right? But if they don't have that traffic, then they bought shuffles from us. That is, let's say every fifth shuffle, there would be that track. And users would only see it once, but it would just get played a bit more often.
And with that, we are finished up. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Nice job.